Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. There is money on the sidelines, guys, just waiting to get into cryptocurrency. This from XRP Crypto Wolf here. XRP lawyer John Deaton says there's an imminent $5 trillion buying pressure incoming for risk assets like crypto. So John Deaton was commenting on this tweet here from Mark Newton, retail investors sitting on more cash than the pandemic high, and now $5.1 trillion in assets, so money market fund assets, right over here in this chart. If you guys are taking a look at the screen, let that sink in for a minute. So John Deaton did reply here, $5 trillion, that is a ton of cash that will rush into risk assets. Can Bitcoin and digital assets get 20%? So what he is wondering here, what he is hypothesizing, and I mean, we have seen it before. We've seen the crypto market go up to $3 trillion in market cap at its high. Could we see 20%? And I mean, he's just throwing out a number there. Could we see 20% go into crypto like Bitcoin, XRP, and others? Cryptocurrencies may experience increased inflows as some of these cash holders may eventually invest in risky assets. Fund managers could also decide to reinvest the cash to reach allocation targets. Deaton added, can Bitcoin and digital assets get 20%? As I'd mentioned here, the market did see buying pressure after crypto exchange Binance converted $1 billion worth of Binance or BUSD coin to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB to support the market. So I talked a little bit about that last week. Guys, over the weekend, we have seen XRP move, and today is Monday, and we are continuing to see it move to the upside. If you guys remember on Friday, I think it was Friday, I did draw this bullish pennant pattern on the XRP chart, and then I threw it on the 4-hour to give you guys a sense of what we could in fact see. Sure enough, we are breaking out of that bullish pennant pattern today. So that's some positive news right now. XRP is trading at about 46.5 cents, not moving at the speed of light. However, it is moving in the right direction. Let's throw it back on the daily here and zoom out a little bit, see what we can glean from the chart. So back on Tuesday, we did see that high for XRP, almost hitting 50 cents. We did see a retracement, but guys, that was just it. That was a retracement, an opportunity maybe for some of you to pick up some more XRP after it dropped to about 41 cents. Now we're back up near 46.5. So climbing near this level here, and this is going to be a tough nut to break. Getting up over here, 56, I believe that is the next level that we really do have to target. So we did see that level back in September. Getting up above there would be great. That was also forming old support from back in January of 2022. Not to mention bouncing off that same level over here back in June of 2021. So you guys can see we did wick down in there back then. And again in July of 2021. So very strong level of support that we have seen in the past. And of course, old support does become new resistance. We did see that resistance hit back in September. So that's where we're targeting, guys, 56 cents, give or take. Let me just bring up Bitcoin here. Bringing up the Bitcoin chart, we are also seeing Bitcoin not climb as much, although it is just, kind of hovering here in this level, just shy of $28,000. It's finding its resistance in this former support level over here from back in May of 2022. So good news is, guys, we're getting out of this funk, this multi-month funk that we have been simmering in over the last little while. DJ Peter Vass posting this, XRP social mentions have now surged as well. So more people are talking about XRP on social media. For example, according to Lunar Crash data, the positive price performance is corroborated by its soaring social metrics. The data aggregator noted that when the market and social performance are combined, XRP emerged as the #1 ranking digital asset, outperforming all other cryptocurrencies it tracks. So Lunar Crush has also noticed this. It's been a huge week for XRP with a price advance of 21% and social metrics all moving up high double digits. Let's dive in. So, here they get into some detail. For example, per Lunar Crush, XRP's social volume reached 5,967, while its social engagements were about 14.9 million over the last 24 hours. Its weekly performance showed that its social engagement rose 105.9% to 245.57 million, and its mentions grew 26.4% to 80,720. During the period, XRP had up to 3,440 unique social contributors, and that was per hour for the token. Many within the XRP community actively pushing the token on social media as they believe that its parent company Ripple would win the case against the SEC. So, of course, this has been the point that we've been talking about mostly over the last 2 years. Well, one of the big points for XRP hodlers. So, social media mentions might have something to do with price action and vice versa. It is a circular phenomenon. Michael Branch here posting this. Fortune article says Ripple and XRP could succeed regardless of the SEC outcome. And so, we've been getting these other point of views from other contributors in the crypto space. This one specifically came from Jeff John Roberts. Now, he was initially skeptical of the value proposition of XRP, but now he's come out and made a 180 on his stance, guys, which is good. I think, the crypto industry really does need this, especially if we're hearing it from XRP and Ripple haters, once haters, now converted. So in a recent newsletter, Fortune crypto editor Jeff John Roberts asserted that Ripple has finally found long-term value proposition for the company and XRP, the native token. In a newsletter titled Ripple and XRP May Finally Be For Real, Roberts revealed that he has always been skeptical of the value proposition of the cryptocurrency until he met with Ripple president Monica Long this week. Notably, the kings of crypto, Coinbase, and next-generation finance author now believes Ripple and XRP have found their niche with Ripple's on-demand liquidity products. So, on-demand liquidity has now been out for a couple of years, but it has been gaining traction, and I think the naysayers are realizing this. They haven't been following, as closely as we have. So, we kind of have to give them the benefit of the doubt to a degree, but we still have to hold them accountable. So this article just goes on, talks a little bit about ODL, which, we kind of already know about. All of this to say, here's the quote, that Ripple, more than ever before, has figured out a long-term value proposition for both the company and XRP, and that it may be poised to succeed regardless of how its big court case turns out. So, even if we do have a negative verdict in the court case, in other words, Ripple is still going to thrive and XRP is still going to thrive. Kind of good for XRP hodlers because, if we get a positive verdict, the price is just going to soar. I think the FOMO is really going to make this coin explode. And I am of the opinion that if we even do see FOMO for XRP specifically because of the court case, so first of all, money will flow into XRP, no doubt. Secondly, as I've mentioned, coins like XLM will also see a surge. Right now, XLM not faring too great. It's trading at about 9 cents. Performance has been, on par roughly with the rest of the crypto market. So I think coins like XLM will also see surge. But guys, I think this could also spur on, a greater crypto market surge because of confidence in one particular cryptocurrency. I think that, the mentality will be, we will see more cryptos, or rather the perception will be that more cryptocurrencies similar to XRP, or not even similar to XRP, but cryptocurrencies that have use cases, those coins, guys, this could in fact be the shakeout. Those coins will definitely, or rather the money will be drawn to those coins, and that could be what could spur on the next crypto surge. Those 23,000 plus coins that don't do anything, yeah, those will likely see a decline in price, huge drops, money being taken out. And so, it's a win-win really for us. Considering what we've been up against, we kind of deserve it, don't we? John Deaton posting this. I know some XRP hodlers have commented on Paul Grewal's statement to Laura Shin that the SEC versus Coinbase isn't Coinbase's fight alone, but all of crypto. Some believe Coinbase's comments is 2 years too late after delisting XRP. Now, guys, there has been some controversy recently surrounding this. I'm going to play you guys this clip of Paul Grewal on Laura Shin's podcast. Listen to this.
This is not just a fight for Coinbase. This is a fight for all of crypto. If responsible actors with serious AML and KYC programs, publicly listed, that are filing petitions for rulemaking and attempting to engage with the government can be treated in this fashion, nobody else is safe either. And I think it's important to understand that this is not just a shot at Coinbase. This is a shot at crypto as a whole. And so we will certainly do our part to defend against what we think is massive overreach on the part of the commission. But it's not just a fight that Coinbase has to fight alone. This is really something that all of crypto, I think, needs to pay very careful attention to. And we're going to make sure that all of these issues that we're dealing with the SEC are explained and disclosed and described to the public as a whole to the best of our ability so that everybody can have a clear understanding of where things stand.
So last week, Paul Grewal was on the Thinking Crypto podcast, and, he was also talking about the Coinbase lawsuit. And now he's on, he's making the rounds. Now he's on Laura Shin's podcast. John Deaton here following up with this. The delisting of XRP is once again a hot topic because of Coinbase's amicus filing in the Wahi case along with the SEC Wells notice. Scotty to 10 always makes great points here. Here's my thought on the delisting mixed with actual facts, educated, surmising, and a tad bit of speculation. So that was a statement from March the 15th. I will link it in the description if you guys are interested in looking into more detail. John Deaton responding here, in my opinion, Ripple and XRP were viewed as regulatory sacrificial lambs. Coinbase promoted the hell out of XRP's utility with USDC for moving money internationally, and even gave presentations to the SEC in January of 2019 that XRP was not a security, and then listed XRP in February of 2019. So, they went through the motions. They did what they were supposed to do. And, Coinbase, they've made a case that they don't list things willy-nilly. They do their research and they make sure that they are, in fact, doing the right thing. Let's also not forget, back in 2021, Coinbase also launched their IPO. So they had to be on good behavior alert, in terms of being regulatory compliant, all this stuff, because they needed the SEC to, in a separate capacity, green light their IPO. When Coinbase listed XRP, it did not believe XRP was a security and in fact gave a presentation to the SEC that XRP was not a security. Coinbase intended to go public soon after listing XRP and did not want to list something the SEC believed was an unregistered security, of course. Clearly, if the SEC even hinted that they believed XRP was a security, Coinbase would have never listed it because Coinbase needed the SEC's blessing and approval in order to go public thereafter. As I just mentioned, the SEC said nothing to discourage Coinbase from listing XRP. Remember, the SEC had enforcement lawyers analyze XRP under Howey and write up a legal memo. This was back in June of 2018, 7 months before Coinbase met with the SEC regarding XRP's regulatory status. That memo did not recommend an enforcement action or cease and desist letter. The SEC enforcement lawyers couldn't conclude XRP was a security in June of 2018. And don't forget, SEC enforcement staff could own and trade XRP without restriction up until April of 2019. So when Coinbase met with the SEC in January of 2019, arguing XRP was not a security, the SEC had no rebuttal. Less than a month after the SEC meeting, Coinbase listed XRP in February of 2019. John Deaton goes on, saying basically the lawsuit was filed in December of 2020, as we all know, and the rest is history. So now we have Paul Grewal, and as I mentioned, he was on the Thinking Crypto podcast as well. And so now some people are thinking that Coinbase and the SEC were in on something, perhaps a plan behind closed doors, and now because of, for whatever reason, whether it was governmental pressure or a pivot in strategy, Coinbase was now thrown under the bus, and now they're trying to scramble with reasons as to why they did what they did. But obviously now the picture has been painted. And so as XRP community members, we are now scrutinizing this. We are catching every little discrepancy. John Deaton here posting this. Remember when Warren Davidson asked the director of enforcement if William Himmon's speech was screened and approved by ethics? Remember how Gippy Grewal misled Congress by saying the issue was being litigated, so he was prevented from answering. Look at who was on the email distribution, and he points out here it was not the ethics committee. So again, just a document here highlighting that. And then we've got to talk about Ethereum. I mean, this is not a story without the mention of Ethereum. Wrath Kahneman here bringing this up. So you're saying the best incentive is no incentive. Take a look at this, guys, from Mr. Hubert. Scientific studies on bribes to miners on Ethereum, which according to the study from 2022 was significant. So here was a study actually done from the University of Glasgow in Scotland. The blockchain bribery is an inevitable problem since users with various goals can bribe miners by transferring crypto assets. To alleviate the negative effects of such collusion, Ethereum blockchain implemented new transaction fee mechanisms in the London fork, which was deployed on August 5th, 2021. In this paper, we first filter potential bribery by scanning Ethereum transactions, and the potential bribers and bribees are centralized in a small group. Then we construct bribing proxies to measure the active level of bribery and then investigate the effects of the bribery. So bribes also happening for miners on the blockchain. Consequently, bribery can influence both Ethereum and other mainstream blockchains in aspects of underlying cryptocurrency, transaction statistics, and network adoption. Moreover, the London fork shows complicated effects on relationship between bribery and blockchain factors. besides bribery in Ethereum, relates to stock markets. So they talk a little bit about the S&P and the NASDAQ, also in conjunction with bribes. So guys, digging a little deeper, it's looking a little shadier. Mr. Hubert also mentioning this: Coinbase had an insider deal with the SEC under William Hinman and Clayton. They knew what the SEC was doing long before the public announcement of new guidance. For example, Coinbase already knew in March of 2018 that Ethereum was not considered a security by the SEC. So here's part of some of the back dealings that were likely happening behind the scenes because of the facts that we know today. Coinbase writes that they limit the number of cryptocurrencies they trade, so much to avoid the embarrassment of suddenly having to delist. So this is exactly it, right? Their rigorous process of listing certain cryptocurrencies. They don't want to go through the whole process of listing it. They were being on their best behavior because they knew they were going to be launching an IPO as well. So they had a very stringent set of guidelines as to what they decided they were going to list. But after the SEC gave Ethereum the infamous free pass, and Lubin at the very same stage correctly stated that all Ethereum ECR20 tokens of his token foundry would now also have legal clarity and would not be declared as securities by the SEC. That was the point at which Coinbase started listing all possible coins, including XRP. So check this out down here in this Coinbase memo. There are more than 1,400 cryptocurrencies and tokens available. This was obviously several years ago now. As we know, the number has gone over 23,000 coins. Yet we limit our trading to 4 that have regulatory clarity: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. So again, this was from years ago, but as we know, since then, Coinbase has listed dozens more. And yes, they did assume that there was clarity surrounding XRP. They did list that particular coin, in February of 2019. Gensler knows that nothing that ran under Clayton and Hinman was legal and is now trying to reverse all of that. Coinbase's IPO was approved by the SEC with Satoshi Nakamoto, an anonymous phantom, listed as one of their most important stakeholders on the front page. So that was also a little bizarre, which, we talked about on this channel, and, many people did notice this when that document was discovered. Not to mention this, even Gary Gensler knew in 2018 that XRP had utility. This one courtesy of Nerd Nation Unboxed. Listen to this.
They have been slowly selling, and they're now down to 61%. But their revenue model in XRP is, in essence, selling the XRP. They only came up with a real use case of XRP in 2018 in a prototype called XRapid. They had XCurrent, which was a messaging system prior that didn't need to use XRP at all. So for 4 years, you had no use of XRP. As I understand it, 0 use.
So today's XRP has had utility, as Gary Gensler mentions here, using it within the XRapid product. And Bill Morgan here posting this. I was the one who commented on the interview that I called out Paul Grewal and Coinbase for their self-interest. I understand the reason for delisting XRP, but the gravamen of my criticism is not the delisting, but the complete silence and lack of support of Ripple. So, going on here saying, it's one thing to come out 2 years later and say, yeah, we really need Ripple to win this thing, but where was the support 2 years ago when Ripple was being sued? Or making a public assertion that XRP is not a token. That too was self-interest, not only delisting XRP, but failing to publicly state that Coinbase stood by its decision when listing XRP, that it was not a security. Didn't want to rock the boat with the SEC pre-IPO. Again, playing politics here. But then after Coinbase was listed, it still did not publicly affirm the correctness of its original decision to list XRP based on its understanding it was not a security. Again, self-interest because it was trying to deal with the SEC. The dealings with the SEC predictably didn't go well. You, Jeremy Kauffman, and many others could have and effectively did predict they wouldn't. And then Coinbase receives a Wells notice, and Paul Grewal claims it was a shot against all of crypto, as if the cases against Ripple and Library were not. It is just hypocrisy and needs to be called out. It is Coinbase, again, acting out of pure self-interest. I also tweeted separately, I support Coinbase against the SEC without qualification. Still do not respect Coinbase, though. So guys, how much was going on behind the scenes? Ashley Prosper here bringing this up, guys, and this confirms it according to Ashley. Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, was part of the scheme to attack Ripple, XRP, and XRP hodlers. The BS Paul Grewal spouted to thinking crypto straight from the donkey's rear end. Forget what I said about uniting with them against the SEC. Instead, she is giving them the middle finger. And here we have it, guys. This is from a document here, originally from SEC.gov, but it was this, okay? The filing here. the Form 10K that Coinbase filed for, I believe this is for their IPO. Anyway, I've got the document in here. You can read it. It will be linked in the description of this video. In this document, this is what was written. Alternatively, we may determine, so this is Coinbase, we may determine not to remove a particular crypto asset from Coinbase spot market, even if the SEC or another regulator alleges that the crypto asset is a security, pending a final judicial determination. So they're saying we do not have to delist certain coins. However, what they decided to do was delist XRP. All things that make you go, I think they thought they were in good with the SEC, and the SEC turned around and smacked them in the face. This is now why we're getting these, kind of shocking interviews from Paul Grewal being like, well, I don't know why they're doing this. This is an act against crypto. Meanwhile, the XRP community right on point, not missing a beat here. Then why didn't you guys call them out when Ripple was being sued by the SEC? So Coinbase showing their true colors? John Deaton here also posting this. XRP has the most attractive risk-reward ratio in my opinion. And guys, I could not agree more. XRP right now, like I said, trading at about 46 cents, almost 47 cents as of the time of this recording. So it's looking like we are in good shape, not trading very high off its lows here. Let me throw it back on the daily here. And you can see, from these most recent lows that we've seen for XRP, it is trading, if we were to take the low from June, it is trading about only 62% up from those lows. So has not seen a really big boom yet. However, that could change. The judge's ruling is coming down within the next few weeks, maybe this week. So even John Deaton speculating that we could see a verdict, guys, by the end of March. If the SEC wins, what's the downside from 45 cents? Ripple appeals and we get the status quo. Ripple wins and it's made clear XRP isn't a security. So what is the upside? XRP to the moon? Sounds like a pretty darn good upside to me. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.